What's up, guys? Welcome back to Veteran Aquatics. My name is Dylan, and today we are going to go over how to build a DIY tank divider, among many other things. So I have one material that you can use to build a bunch of different stuff for your fish tanks. It's cheap, it's easy to cut, and it doesn't look super terrible in your tank. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you end up liking this. We do a lot of DIY stuff around here. I've built everything in this fish room myself, or at least helped build it. You guys have been killing it lately. We've got a bunch of awesome fish. We're gonna do a fish room tour of the fish room soon, guys. I just have a couple more things to finish up. But I have a ton of really cool stuff to show you. And in that tank down there behind me, so happy. Awesome stuff. But that's it for now. I will see you guys in a minute. So if you're like me and you keep larger fish or more aggressive fish, sometimes you have to divide the tank. You can also use this for things like adult betas, but it's generally a larger fish application, and you'll see why in a minute. The material that we're going to use is called egg crate, and let me go ahead and grab it for you guys to show you what it looks like. So the material that we're going to be using is called egg crate. It can also be found under light diffuser. Now you can get a 6-foot by 2-foot piece of this from Home Depot for about $16. This stuff is super easy to cut. Here, watch. Pliers. It's cut just like that. And you just go down and cut it out. Each of these squares is a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch. So you don't actually need to measure as long as you know the width and height of whatever you're using it for. So today I'm going to show you a DIY divider. I'm also going to show you how you can use this stuff for tank lids. And if I get really squirrely, I can show you how to make a little breeder box with this and some zip ties. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make the divider. Alright, so what we have here is a standard size 10-gallon tank. Now I'm using the 10-gallon tank because I don't want to go through a lot of this material. I still have other things I want to use it for. Again, each of these is a 1/2 inch. If you don't know the dimensions right off the top of your head, all you gotta do is set it on the tank. So we know where we need to cut. So let's go ahead and get started. It's really this easy, guys. Like, it takes a couple of minutes to make a lid. It takes a couple of minutes to make a divider. It's all super quick, super painless, super cheap. Now, if you use this for a lid, it is only going to be to keep your fish in. It is not going to stop evaporation, because clearly there are some rather sizable holes in it. But if you don't mind the evaporation, you can simply use it to keep your fish in their tank where they're supposed to be. I recently got some Jack Dempsey's from Bob Kaler, and unfortunately 3 of them hopped the tank. Bob, that tank now has lids on it. I still have 2 of the Jacks. They are doing phenomenally. Again, I appreciate you, sir, for sending those out to me. Bob's a super nice guy. If you haven't checked him out, it's Kaler's Aquatics. Really great guy. Does a lot of stuff with an animal rescue called the Ark and stuff like that. Alright, so you can see, tank lid, right? Super easy, super simple. It doesn't look terrible, light gets through it easy, but it doesn't stop evaporation. So if you're going to use this for a tank lid, bear that in mind. Now for a divider, we would simply cut along the height of the tank. And you can use little suction cups that come from heaters or anything like that. And boom, DIY tank divider. Guys, that took me, what, a minute maybe to make? It's that easy. A whole minute and you have a tank divider. Like I said, just get some suction cups. Walmart sells them, you know, Target, any home store, any aquarium store sells them. Put 4 suction cups, and I'll show you the one that I made for the 125, and I'll show you why I made it here in a second. But easy, easy, easy tank divider. You don't get any easier than that. I've seen a ton of questions on how to make them, what to make them out of, and it's not any easier than that. Now, this is not good for smaller fish, so anything that might squeeze through that, you might even have an adult male beta squeeze through that, so you may want to consider something different, something like plexiglass. But for any cichlid keeper, this stuff is great, it's cheap, and it is so easy to cut. Now, if I wanted to make a breeder box out of this, all I would have to do is cut 4 equal pieces, 5 equal pieces, and zip tie them together, right? And then you can attach it to the side of your tank via suction cups again, and boom, you have a DIY breeder box. If you want to acclimate a fish and keep your fish from picking on them, that's an option. But this stuff is super great. Now, something else that my wife suggested that I found interesting is using this in the bottom of a tank. Now, anybody that keeps cichlids, and a lot of bottom dwellers know that they will root plants. So they'll dig the plants up out of the substrate. My wife had the suggestion that you put your substrate below this, you thread your plants up through this, and then cover it with substrate. You won't even see it, but it is a great idea to keep your plants from getting uprooted by your fish. Now, this will only work if, of course, the root base is larger than the 1/2-inch holes, but nonetheless, phenomenal idea. Now, there's another idea that I want to talk to you about. So, we've all seen the fish rooms that have pothos and stuff like that growing over the tanks. What if you wanted it to grow up the side of the tanks? Are you gonna put a trellis on your tank stand? No, but you can attach egg crate to it. So you could attach a sheet of this egg crate going up the side of your tank or on the tank stand. Again, you just put some hooks on it. That way you can easily unhook, hook it on, no problem to uninstall, and you could run your pothos through it. That's a phenomenal idea, and I think I may actually end up using that once I'm kind of finished adding stuff in here. We do have plans for more tanks. There will be more tanks in here soon-ish. I could take egg crate and build a DIY trellis and run that up the sides of the tanks and have pothos growing literally everywhere. If I wanted to get real fancy with the pothos, I could just build kind of a egg crate shelf going around and run the pothos through that, and this whole room would just be green and fish tanks. That would be cool. My wife does give me some great ideas from time to time, and this is definitely one of her better ones. So those are a couple of the uses of egg crate, right? So you have lids, tank dividers, you have a separation box, and a trellis. You could also cut a section of this off and set it on the back of the tank if you wanted to put plants on the back side of your tank. Right, then you have something that is stable for the plant to sit on. It won't fall in the tank, but it does have the holes for the roots to grow out of. I know a lot of people do things like sweet potatoes. You could probably use this to do that. Anything that you can grow out of the fish tank water, you can use this to create a little backspace for that plant to sit on while it's absorbing all of the nice nitrates in your tank. Plants in your tank are a good thing, guys. I happen to keep a lot of cichlids and a lot of bulk stuff, so I don't do a ton of plants. But if you like plants, it's a phenomenal idea, and this egg crate is a really good option for you to do that. So I hope you like those ideas. Those were just some of the things you can do with egg crate. If you were looking for a DIY divider or lid, there you go. If you want to build your own breeder box, because some people just like to build their own stuff, there you go. Now I'm going to show you the divider that I built last night, and I'm going to show you why, and you guys are going to know, if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, why I'm so excited. First off, let's just take a moment to appreciate this angelfish tank. These guys are doing great. They're big, they're healthy, just a phenomenal tank overall. I love the way it looks. I want to get some more decor in there. I have more tanks than decor at the moment, but I have been rock collecting and driftwood hunting, so we'll be adding more to this tank soon. You guys already saw this tank. Again, forgive me the glare. With the red devils, the geophagus, the Weisher's hiding in there somewhere. Everyone's doing good. Now to the divider. So there's the divider. So you can see how I set it up in this tank. I didn't use suction cups, I used rocks, and I tied it, it literally is a shoestring around the center divider. Now if you don't have a center divider in your tank, you're going to need to use suction cups or silicone or something like that. But for tanks with a center brace, you can just kind of do it like I did. Now there's the Mayan cichlid and the Oscar, and you guys will remember I had 2 more Oscars. I no longer do. I traded those Oscars for a grown adult breeding pair of Jags. That's right, guys, I got the Jags. And these guys are huge. They're probably 10 inches apiece. Male and female, proven pair, have bred a few times. I made they're already looking like they're trying again. As you can see, they've cleared off this spot. There are some rocks over here, but they don't look very interested in that. So it looks like they're trying to clear off a spot right here to breed. So that is super exciting. I cannot wait. I put the divider in there because the Mayan cichlid is kind of a jerk, and I didn't want either him nor the Oscar harassing the Jags while they were trying to breed, and vice versa. Because when these guys do spawn, they get mean. There's nothing like a pair of Jags sitting on fry. They will tear those guys up. So the divider is necessary. I have a lot of other big fish, so when they grow up and get in their big tanks, they're going to need it as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this video helpful if you were looking for a DIY tank divider or lid. And again, that idea with the plants, both the trellis and in the bottom of the tank, that is money right there. So make sure to hit the subscription button if you haven't already. We're almost at 1,300. Everything's going great. I really appreciate everybody that's watched my channel. The tanks are coming along nicely. The only thing I have left to do is install the central air system. Once that's done, apart from adding new tanks, the fish room is essentially done. And then I can focus more on the content, I can focus more on the events, and less of me spending many hours building this fish room and setting everything up. And it has taken me a lot of hours building all of these stands, moving and painting all of these tanks, cleaning the fish room, recovering from the disaster that was my move when I tried to move all of my fish. It has all been a lot, and I'm fortunate enough to start working again here shortly. So I'm glad to have the bulk of it done. I can finish the air system in a day or two. I already have most of it started. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, let me know down below. Tell me what you're going to use the egg crate for. If you have another idea that I didn't mention, let me know that too down below, because I'm always looking for something new to do with anything. If I can do it myself, I will. That is why I am a DIY fish keeper. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.